In today's Wacky Wednesday, a feminist tells a fib. What's new?
Everybody likes Beyonce. It's just a fact.
A feminist doesn't know that men have testicles. What's new?
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
And a feminist completely misunderstands straight men. What's new?
Are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
All that on today's thriller fag break edition of Wacky Wednesday. Yes, how do, dearest viewer, and welcome back to my little corner of the YouTubies. Thank you all so much for joining me. Now, before we go any further, please like, share and subscribe. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. And before we go any further, a bit of loving. A massive shout out to my amazing patrons, Sven Bellens, Bob Sadler, Alan L, Christo Bergero, and a massive shout out to my amazing channel members, Cheeky Vlogs, Sven Bellens and Dr. Osiris. Thank you all so very, very much. So, on to today's video, and I know that it's a video that I've covered before, and I do apologise, but I know I could do it better, because this time round, I've got Magic Mike here, which I didn't have before. I'm using some new video editing software that I didn't have before also. Now, don't get me wrong, I love women. My love for Mrs. Jones is unbelievably loyal and eternal. My admiration for Miss Scarlett Johansson is eternal. She's also, in my opinion, the sexiest woman on the planet. I love Jodie Comer as well. Emilia Clarke, Jennifer Lawrence, even though she appears to annoy 3/4 of the human population. Anyway, that being said, what I don't agree with is this third wave feminism crap, this man-cancelling culture that they seem to have cultured all by themselves. For instance, trying to get the song Baby It's Cold Outside, trying to get that one removed from the airwaves because this man doesn't seem to take no for an answer. Even though the little prick tease is tormenting him. I'm joking. All right. And things like that really drive me up the wall. So, let's get on with it, shall we? This is 36 questions for men asked by bitches. Feminists.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
Pretty bloody good, actually, because it means that I am the same sex as Jimi Hendrix, Isaac Newton, Galileo, Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking, Mr. Bean. But it also means I am the same sex as Joseph Mortimer Granville. And you ladies are pretty bloody thankful that he invented what he invented. Anyway, I'm going to throw it back at you. How does it feel to be the same sex as Taylor Swift, Miranda Hart, Zelda from Terrorhawks?
Why do you hate rom-coms? Or do you just feel like you need to hate them?
Because rom-coms are boring. They're named completely wrong. Romantic comedies, my arse. Over 95% of rom-coms are unfunny. Look at Pretty Woman, for instance, starring Julia Roberts, a not very attractive woman, a not very talented actress, and a woman with a mouth so wide she can fit a wagon wheel in a gob without biting the sides off.
Everybody likes The Notebook. Everybody likes Beyonce. It's just a fact.
The Notebook? You were talking about rom-coms before, and now you're talking about romantic dramas. And no, I don't like Beyonce, and that's just a fact.
Why do you make women sit around and talk about men in movies
When y'all easily just sit around and talk about boobs for hours.
Why?
We don't sit around talking about boobs for hours. This is how a conversation about boobs goes. Here, Dave, have you seen the tits on that bird over there? Ah, she's got a fine pair, hasn't she? Anyway, you see the match on Saturday? We were robbed. There. Didn't take hours, did it?
Do you automatically assume that you won't like TV or movies that star a female?
I don't automatically assume anything. Black Widow, for instance, female lead, Scarlett Johansson, really enjoyed that film. Last Christmas, Emilia Clarke, another female lead, really enjoyed that film as well. Debbie Does Dallas, another female lead, and I really, really enjoyed that film.
Are you surprised when women are funny?
I'm probably funnier than you.
No, I'm not surprised that some women are really funny. Victoria Wood, for example, very, very funny lady. Caroline Aherne, very, very funny lady, both sorely missed. Sarah Millican, she's another funny lady. Catherine Ryan, my weird crush, she's an exceptionally funny lady. And one more thing, little miss, we talk about boobs for hours. I guarantee you are not funnier than me.
Why do you think that we're obsessed with you when we hook up?
9 times out of 10, I just want you to leave too. I'm busy. I got shit to do.
Excuse me, it's you women that are obsessed with us men as soon as we hook up. Have you never seen Basic Instinct? And if you got shit to do, why did you agree to hook up in the first place?
Why can't I sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged? When men do it, they're congratulated.
Why?
Sleep with as many people as you like. Couldn't give a gnat's chuff. Sleep with everybody. I don't care. Just don't do it when we're together.
Why do you consider a woman a tease if she doesn't sleep with you after 3 dates, but a slut if she sleeps with you on the first date?
Well, if we did sleep together after the first date, I'd go, way! I certainly wouldn't call you a slut, and I certainly wouldn't call you a tease if you decided to wait after 3 dates. I'd just respectfully ask you, would you mind stamping my card?
What world does no mean yes?
No means no.
Well, you've just answered your own question there. And yes, whatever language you speak, no always means no.
Why do you say that women are too emotional to be leaders?
Then justify catcalling by saying men just can't control themselves.
What's catcalling got to do with emotional leaders? Look, some women are too emotional to be leaders, so they won't become leaders. Some men are too emotional and too stupid to become leaders. It's just the way things are. You know, you're just generalising now. Typical bloody feminist.
Why do you think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my body?
Why?
No. We don't think that you owe us your bodies if we're just nice to you. No. All we want is a bit of respect or a bit of nice coming back in return. If I open a door for you, for instance, just say thank you as you walk through. If I offer to carry your bags, just say thank you. That's all. A bit of respect, yeah? You daft cow.
Would you ever send an unsolicited dick pic?
Never sent one, never will. And have you never seen Babe Station?
Why do you feel like it's okay to harass women or make offensive comments about women, but when somebody does it to your sister, it's not okay?
No, I don't think it's okay to harass any woman. And I don't know any men that think it's okay either.
How does it feel to interrupt me when I'm in the middle of
I don't think it's okay for anybody to interrupt anybody when they're in the middle of making a point. I think it's downright rude.
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
I get that you have balls, but I don't stand around with my arms wide open to make room for my boobs.
Because your boobs are not under your arms, are they, you stupid? They're out here, in front of you. A man's testicles are between his legs, so if he closes his legs, he slightly squashes his balls. It's not that difficult to understand.
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex, even though we literally birth you, like watermelons, through like this?
Because, on average, men are stronger than women. I'm sorry you don't like it, but it's a fact. It's a biological fact. And women tend to have a higher pain threshold than men. I know. I'm with Mrs. Jones.
Why is it so bad to show your emotions?
It means you're human.
No, I'm not afraid to show my emotions. No, I've cried at certain songs. I've cried at certain films. I cried when me and Mrs. Jones split up. Cried even more when we got back together.
Why are you always trying to prove your masculinity to me?
Oh, but we're masculine by nature. It's what being a man is all about. We're just masculine. We're not proving it to you. It's just instinctive. It just comes out. What would you rather we do? Would you rather we put some makeup on, a frock, and go mincing round town, advertising knitting patterns? Would you rather we do that? And you know, and this will come as a shock to you, lady, some women actually like bad boys. Some women actually like masculine men.
Why the f isn't it ladylike to cuss? When did words get gendered?
Why?
I couldn't give two shiny shites how much cussing you do. I just don't care. Makes for interesting conversation. And what do you mean? Since when did words get gendered? You mean like she, or his, or hers, or he? Those are gendered words. If we didn't have gendered words, then the language would be pretty bloody confusing.
Is it your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated or raped?
Why do you
Because some women have lied in the past about being raped and sexually harassed. It's not nice. It's not nice for either party, but it's a fact. You know, there is a process to go through. If you are raped or if you are sexually abused, then you report the rape, it gets investigated, and then it goes to court. And if there's enough evidence, then the man gets convicted. Or the woman. Because women can rape too.
You assume a woman's angry because she's on her period.
Why
Because it's bloody true. Have you never met Mrs. Jones?
do you think women that wear makeup are false advertising? We can say the same thing about your dick size.
But you put makeup on to enhance your looks or improve your looks. I mean, you can pull a right good-looking bird in a nightclub and she's got all this makeup on and she looks really, really good. You know, you take her back to yours and then, you know, you have sex and all the rest of it. And then all of a sudden, she wipes all the slap off and goodness me, you pulled a pig. Oof. What is that going to do with a man's dick size? Nothing at all. And it reminds me of that age-old joke, actually. How do you turn a fox into a pig? Marry it.
Why isn't it weird that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body?
Because you help vote them in. If you want a woman in government, if you want a woman in power, in a position of power, put a woman up for candidacy and then vote her in. It really is that simple. It's called democracy.
Do you have a coochie?
Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
Straight men are not obsessed with lesbians. Why would a straight man be obsessed with something that he can't possibly have? What a sweeping generalization of straight men.
How does it feel to get kicked in the balls?
It is the most, well, it's the second most excruciating pain that a man could possibly endure. What's the first? I hear you cry. Well, it's listening to your voice.
Do you ever get tired of trying to be manly all the time?
Nope. It's like asking, are you tired of being a man all the time? No, I'm not.
Why are you so afraid of gender equality?
Not afraid of gender equality in the slightest. I would love to see 50% women, 50% men in all employment areas, in all employment sectors, if you will. So, for instance, I'd love to see half women, half men working in sewer farms, for example, emptying bins, sweeping the streets, fighting on the front line, firemen, electricians, plumbers, builders, bricklayers, you know, labourers. I'd love to see half women, half men. There you go.
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
In a world, if you do less work than me.
What world does 77 cents equal $1?
In what world does 68 cents equal $1?
How is that fair?
Well, first of all, I think you should buy a calculator. And second, here in the UK, it is illegal for a man to be paid more than a woman for doing the same job. Having said that, men tend to earn more than women because women take more time off. For instance, having children and looking after children. They do more unpaid labour. Women tend to take more part-time jobs. Men work longer hours. Men do more overtime. So it obviously seems that men earn more than women. Buy that calculator.
Why are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you? That's awesome! More money!
But Mrs. Jones earns more money than me, and I'm not intimidated by that whatsoever. I really do enjoy helping her spend it.
Why are opinionated women seen as bitches?
When opinionated men are seen as bosses.
Because opinionated women are bitches, and opinionated men are also known as bastards.
Why aren't you speaking up when you hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women?
Because women can't hear them.
Why are you so afraid of recognizing your own privilege? Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just recognize it and do something about it.
Recognise my own privilege. Really? Why is it then that girls do better at school than boys? Why are there more homeless men than homeless women? Why are men more likely to commit suicide? Why are men more likely to be attacked? I myself have suffered from domestic abuse on 2 separate occasions. Thankfully not with Mrs. Jones, and she never would do that anyway. I've had my fair share of ups and downs throughout my life. Haven't we all? So, you could take your version of male privilege and stick it right up your arse. And there we go. Feminism all done, dusted and delivered for your viewing displeasure. Now please join me in the next one. It will be a live stream this Friday at 7 p.m. and come and join me on Sunday for the Sunday Stupid at 8 p.m. Thank you all so much for joining me. Come and join me on Patreon. Link to all my socials and all Patreon membership links in the description below. If you like my video, please like it. If you fancy commenting, please comment. And if you feel really up for it, drop us a sub as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra for a bit.